Hello YouTube, thought I'd just show you some of the purchases I got at the auction I went to last week. Surface tables. I bought 3 surface tables. Like I said, I'd put a bid on the first table I saw, which had one of the corners broken off it. Didn't really want that table, but I thought that these 2 tables which were next in the auction were going to go for a lot more money than they did. So I also put a low bid on these 2. And as it happened, I won the first table. These lots were quite close together. I won the first table. Thought great, and then I won these 2 tables for the bid I'd put on them, and I was delighted. Now, when I was driving back, I could not figure out which of these 2 tables I was going to keep. I don't need both of them. I am going to sell one of them, and I've decided, I think, to keep this bigger table purely because it's more versatile for me. I can use it for making sheaths on. I can use it for stamping and carving on leather. I can use it for as a flat surface finder. It is for flattening out my knives. It is just amazingly flat, and it looks to me like it's been hand scraped. I've used it already actually. I've been using it. Got my fire bricks for me heat treating kiln, and I've been using it as a flat surface to rub the brick faces together to square everything up and get them packed tight together. So already I found a use for it. I've also discovered, since I've got this table, that my 2-foot straight edge is not straight. Don't know if you can see that or not. It's bent, so there's movement there in the centre. You can maybe not see, but I can just see daylight under the centre there. And if I turn it over, the bottom's down and the ends are rocking. So yeah, coming useful already. It's a hell of a weight. It does have a stamp on there where it's been calibrated. It's got 2 calibration plates on it. That's what it looks like underneath. It is just solid cast steel. Absolutely solid cast steel. It's got 3 legs on it, just 3 little stubs there, so that it can go on virtually any surface and not rock. If you've got 4 points on, if you've got 4 contact points, if your surface you're putting this on is uneven, then your table's going to rock. So they've put 3 points on so that the table always sits flat or doesn't move. But that thing, I'm figuring weight wise, I'm figuring maybe 140–50 pounds of weight in that. And this was the second one, and it's heavier because the top of this one is 1.5 inches thick. This little one, I'll bring you, swing you around a bit. Yeah, the top of this little guy is 1.5 inches thick, and it's heavier than that. And when you look underneath, you'll understand why. Because it's actually bellied down in the centre, so the centre of that table has got to be 2¼ inches thick, and it's a solid casting, and that one sits just on its corners. These are old. These are probably from the 1930s, 40s, I don't know, I'm just guessing at that. There's no actual maker's mark on them. There may be somewhere it's maybe got covered in paint or something, but I was only only just able to manage to lift this on the bench, but again, just beautifully flat. Just beautifully flat. That is so heavy you could almost use that as an anvil. It's actually got bounce on it. Don't know how much bounce we've got on it. There you go. So that was it, 2 surface tables. I've kind of decided with that, just literally because it's a bit bigger, that table, I am going to sell that one. See if I can find somebody who will love and cherish these as much as I will. I don't need 2. There's no point in me keeping and storing 2. Item number 2 is this Rexon grinder. Incidentally, the tables they are in as in condition as they came. All I've done is wipe the tops over with some white spirit to get the oil and grease off them. The big table I'm keeping, I've just sanded that with some wet and dry paper on a stick just to scrape off the surface gash that was on it, but that's literally all I've done with it. This Rexon came like this. This Rexon. All that was wrong with this, the stop switch wouldn't stay on. So you pressed to turn it on and it jumped back out again. But lucky me, I had that exact same switch in my drawer which came off an old Linisher, which had kept the switch for it. So I was able to just literally swap the switches straight over. And there's a Linisher, she works. It's got an adjustable table there to tilt right. All I need to do is make a little is make a little mitre gauge for it, for the table tilts that way and that way. Made up with that. Paid next to nothing for it. Item 3 is this, which is a Jones and Shipman press. I can't really put it on this wooden bench, it's a bit too heavy, but see the size of that. Just an absolutely solid casting. Again, it came in this condition. All I've done is a white spirit rag and wiped it over. I don't know what the actual press weight of this is, but I estimate it must be around 3 or 4 ton of force you're going to be able to apply with that thing. So that was it, guys. They were my purchases from the auction. Very, very pleased with what I paid for them and everything I got. The other surface table, a friend of mine who came with me to the auction, a buddy of his, is going to buy that one off me. As I say, it came on a stand. It's actually bigger than this one. It's 2 foot square, that surface table, and it's damn sight heavier than that one and that one. It's probably the same weight as that and half of that put together. It is a huge table. I was only just able to manhandle the thing myself. So it's got to be 200 weight, 200 pounds. Big thick top on it like that one. Massive castings underneath. And it came on a big angle iron frame stand. So I think the guy who's having it, he more wants the stand to put his milling machine on than he does the table. But if he wants to sell the table, that's fine. I'm letting it go for what I paid for it. So everyone's happy. And so that's it, fellas. Thanks for my patrons for continuing to support me. I'm going to be doing the heat treat oven now. I've just started, got my fire bricks, and I'll be doing the knife the 20,000 subscriber draw this weekend. It's the weekend of the, what is it today? I don't know what's the date today. We don't do things. It's December the 5th. So 5, 6, about 7th or 8th this weekend. Friday, Saturday or Sunday I'll do it. Alright guys. See you soon.